Hey, what's up, Forum? It's Gorilla Hands, and I'm bringing you another Forum breakdown. And today you might notice there's not any COD gameplay up there. Actually, there's no specific person's gameplay up there. We're actually going to be talking about a couple of trailers for games that are going to be released in 2011. And who do we have with us today?
Hey, it's Random here, 21.
And see if I don't stab you.
Hey, what's up, guys? Glad to have you here. Also, PI, we actually did this video once already with PI, but there's kind of technical difficulties. But sorry about that. We couldn't have him again. But anyways,
I miss you, buddy.
on to the video. The first trailer we're going to talk about today. I don't have a whole lot of experience with the game, but it's Oblivion Skyrim. It's the next release from Bethesda Games. And Random, what are your opinions just looking at this trailer?
This is definitely a must-get for this year, man. This is gonna be amazing. I can't wait.
What about you, Stabby?
I think I'm definitely going to be picking this up. The graphics in this game, I think King of Nothing said that the video from this trailer was, let's say, from the 360 version of the game, and it looks phenomenal. So it's just, even though it's not actual gameplay, it's more of cinematics, it looks pretty fantastic.
Yeah, no, I have to agree. I mean, just looking at at the scene right here where he's fighting the dragon, that seemed badass. Because I didn't play much Oblivion, but I mean, what was the largest kind of enemy that you fought when you played that game? Was it anywhere near the size of that dragon? Did you?
It's been a while since I've played the game, a couple of years actually, so I can't remember any bosses or any bigger things like that. So I can't exactly comment on the size of the enemies and whatnot, but nothing like the dragon that I would think of.
Yeah, I just can't remember like that. I've seen the larger enemies that are 8-9 feet tall, but I've never imagined fighting a dragon. So that just right there seems pretty awesome just to pick up the game. But I'm looking at the character animations and the movements and stuff like that, and you can really tell that the engine has been I guess redone. It's a newer engine, better graphics, better movement. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I didn't play much Oblivion, like I said. I was playing other games at the time. But this is definitely a must pick for this year. So I'm really looking forward to it. Are there any things that you might be looking forward to in this game specifically that you might remember you maybe didn't enjoy in Oblivion, or you'd like to see come back from Oblivion going into this game, Stabby?
Basically, now that I'm thinking about it, we just had Joe in this party, and we were talking about the combat system, and it was pretty kind of flaky in the Oblivion game, or the Oblivion installment of the Elder Scrolls series, and it was just more like hack and slash. You didn't know how much damage you were doing, or if you were doing any at all, until the character just kind of fell off and died. So I hope that the combat system's a little better in Skyrim.
Okay, yeah, that's a one thing. I heard rumors that it might be multiplayer. I don't want them to include that. Well, I've heard rumors. If they put it in there, that'd be pretty awesome. But at the same time, I kind of have the frame of mind that if it hinders the single player experience, don't do it. They did a good job with Dead Space 2 of making the single player really strong. The multiplayer sucked, in my opinion, but they added it in and it didn't affect the single player. So hopefully, if they did do something like that, it would run really well. But this trailer's done. Let's move on to the next trailer. So this next trailer has been pretty popular lately. It's my favorite trailer of what we're going to be discussing today, and it's the official announcement for Dead Island. It's pretty awesome. If you haven't seen it yet, I mean, you're going to see it here, but I suggest pulling it up on YouTube. Random, what's your opinion of this trailer, just in general, and of the game?
Gotta be one of the most, the best trailers I've seen. There's, it's nothing that you would normally see. If people won't watch this and think, it's just like a regular zombie game, just straight up, look and shoot or something. It has feeling to it, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, there's a whole lot of other trailers that try to come off as a cheesy action movie, or they just show off gameplay. But here it actually tries to put in a little bit of a storyline to it. I don't know. Stabby actually just watched it a couple minutes ago. What's your opinion of this It's kind of like Memento, so you sometimes might not even know what's going on until you've watched it a couple times. But what's your opinion of this trailer?
This is one of the most odd yet interesting trailers I've ever seen in my entire life.
It gets your attention, doesn't it?
Yeah, at least for a video game anyway. When they're like, it's all like slow motion and reverse order, and it's just interesting to me. Now, I'm not a huge zombie video game fan. Like, I don't know. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, if that makes any sense. But like, it's Left 4 Dead kind of zombie games. I don't know how much. I don't even know what this game's gonna be like. But I'm more of like a survival horror, and not like. I really can't explain what.
I know you're not looking for action packed. You're
Yeah.
looking more for methodical kind of, more of a thinking kind of game.
Yeah, and it's got Resident Evil's got kind of puzzles in it and like that, and things like you gotta you're trying to get out, and like there's a huge story behind it, but I'm not sure what the story is behind this or anything, so I'm really confused.
Well, see, the the story behind this game, it's made. I think they're a Swedish developer. It's being developed by Techland, and there's been a couple issues associated with this game. Originally, it was thought to be closed. Like there was no information about this game for a couple of years. The last trailer or gameplay footage was 2008. So a lot of people thought this game was junked. So this trailer kind of came out of left field and caught a lot of people's attention. A lot of people think this game, is just coming out, but there's been talks about this game for quite some time. The concept, it's an island off of New Guinea. It's a hotel resort, and you and a couple other people are on this island, and you are immune to the zombie infection when it breaks out. So you're trying to survive and get off the island. And it's a first person perspective, and it kind of has a feeling similar to Condemned, from my understanding. If you guys haven't played Condemned, it was one of the first games that launched with the Xbox 360, where you used a lot of melee weapons. You get guns in this game, but the focus is a lot more on melee weapons. So it's also got an RPG system built in there as well, so I don't know how exactly it works. I know you get a little skill tree, but I don't know how complex you can get if you're playing a zombie game with melee weapons, but it'd be interesting. Another cool feature that they mentioned is they layered all the zombie characters. So if you hit somebody in the head, it'll remove skin and it'll show muscle. If you hit that, it'll remove the bone and brain. So there's kind of like a tissue makeup. So it's going to be a lot more visceral, got a lot more gritty. From what I've seen in previous photos and videos, so it could be interesting. And like I don't know if I mentioned this already, but there's a co-op aspect as well.
There is.
And there's a
four
co-op
person
aspect. Exactly. So it could be like Left 4 Dead, and see that's where I'm a little. I mentioned this before with Skyrim. It seems, and this is also why I'm a little hesitant about this game, is because great trailer. I have no idea how the game plays. Like I said, last time they showed footage was 3 years ago. So there's no telling if the game's even running very well. So I mean, it's a great trailer. It's got me interested, but I don't know the quality of the game yet, and I don't know. It seems like they're pitching for great story, and I can't tell you of any game that I've played co-op wise that had a really great story to it. I mean,
what about freaking Gears of War, man?
Oh, Gears of War. Okay, that one was a good one. Yeah, no, you're right. That is a good one. I forgot about that. That one's actually one of the better ones. So if they can do something kind of similar to Gears of War 1, I wasn't a big fan of Gears of War 2, but if they pull off something like Gears of War. It could be a really good game, but like I said, there's no gameplay footage out yet, so it's hard to tell. But from the trailer, it's got my interest. But we'll see. I'll be putting a couple more videos in regards to this game in the future, with highlights of it. But
it was just confusing to me.
Yeah,
like
they went with a memento. Yeah, they went with like the backwards forward kind of thing and met in the middle. But I think they did that to try to get people to watch it over again and create buzz and stuff like that. Because it's I think IGN, it's got over 3 million views on it, so
wow.
It's got a lot of attention. But on to the next trailer.